Well, it may have only been 4 games since the Carabao Cup final, but since that victory, we've actually only won 1 game. So, might need to have a think about trying to pick ourselves up. We've got the second leg of the round of 16 against AC Milan to go ahead. Fortunately, the 1 game we did win in the last 4 was the first leg away from home against them. And then we've got a league game against Sheffield United. And hopefully, that's going to perk us up and see us through to the end of the season. Or it's the start of a horrific collapse and everything goes wrong and I get sacked before I can finish the save. That is also a possibility. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 23 of the Aston Villa save here on FM24. I'm Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video where I've already told you the 2 games it's going to be. It's going to be Milan in the Champions League and Sheffield United in the Premier League. And if you are excited to see how we get on in today's video, don't forget to leave a like on there for me and to subscribe so you don't miss any of the nonsense that comes out of this face right here. Since you were last with us, as mentioned, I mean, it's the tiniest of blips, but that's the worst form I think we've had in the entire save. It genuinely is, I think. So we beat United in the Cup, lose against Liverpool in the FA Cup 2-1, drew against Man City 2-2 in the Premier League, beat Milan in the first leg 3-2, so only a 1-goal advantage, but it was away from home. And then we do lose by the same scoreline, actually, against Manchester United. They get a bit of revenge on us from the final. And we also have a couple of, one major injury issue, which is Lionel Messi, although we have given him an injection for this game, so he can come on the pitch if we do need him to. Elio Wahi is sort of fit, but I'm not risking him for this game. He will probably get some minutes in the game against Sheffield United. So, on to the matter at hand. This is your 11 for the second leg of the round of 16 game against AC Milan. It is Costa in goal, Aya, Gomez, Torres and Christiansen in defence, Kamara and Gray in the middle with Gonzalez, Ramsey and Grealish supporting Watkins up front. I am starting Aya because Ben White has had mixed fortunes in his last couple of games. He's done pretty well as an inverted fullback, but the thing is, I know Aya's there, and I know Aya can do a half-decent job for us if we need him to. So we've gone with that today. We've gone with that because Ben White's not been in the best of form. It might backfire on me, who knows, but let's just get into the game and let's see whether we can get ourselves a bit more of a comfortable result here just to see us through. I would quite like that. Right, we start things off with ourselves in possession. Lovely little bit of passing to begin with, but then we give the ball away. That's not really what I want us to be doing. And now, all of a sudden, AC Milan coming forward here. All of the onus on them, of course, and they get the equaliser within 5 minutes. We were just hesitant on the ball, not really doing anything, and then they come and just steal the ball off us. I'm going to encourage the boys. It's early days. We're at home. We should be battering them. But that's really not a good start. That's really not a good start at all. Right, we have a corner. Jack Grealish to take. He whips it in. He's looking for the head of Pau Torres. And Captain Torres has scored. It's being checked for offside, though. It might not be as simple as that. It is being looked at, but it's been given. It has been given. Lovely corner. And Pau Torres is there. I think Ramsey helped with a little decoy run coming in from far out. And we do get a goal back. And, I mean, it's great, but we shouldn't really be in the position of needing to get a goal back because we should be all over them. No disrespect to AC Milan, they're a very good team. However, the way we've dominated this season, we shouldn't be having to do that. But Milan are giving us problems. But then they've got motivation. It's only 1 goal. It's very doable, as they showed by scoring. So they're going to keep doing that. I mean, having Loftus-Cheek there is just, he's a physical presence. Ramsey, however, gets it to Ollie Watkins. I think, however, that is going to be disallowed, surely. To me, to my eye, even with things in front of the screen, that looked offside. I'm not convinced we get this. Yeah, wasn't convinced. Was not convinced by whatsoever. Sorry, suppressing a cough there. Ramsey gets the ball here. I mean, it's just, Ramsey waits too late. Watkins waits too late. I don't know who's at fault there. I say at fault. It's fine. It's not the end of the world that we've conceded, that we didn't get that goal, because we've still got time to get one. But I don't know. We need to take our chances. We've recovered as the game has gone on, by the way. Started off a bit trepidatiously, but actually we have recovered as it's gone on. I'm going to say well done to the boys. I don't know how much I believe that, but I'm going to say well done to them. I'm just going to have a word with a couple of them and just tell them you need to step up your game. Joe Gomez played really well in the first leg. I'm kind of looking at him. I want him to step his game up a little bit in this game as well, but we won't make any changes. we're just going to start things off straight away after chatting to the right. We have a deep free kick here. It's going to, well, I say deep, it's not that deep. It's Jack Grealish within sort of shooting range. Got a corner. I'll take it. I'll take that all day long. It is a corner. And I think it will be Jack to take. It is Jack to take. Right, is he going to go short? I see that player moving over. No. Looking for Christopher Ayer, who tried to loop it over to the far corner. Couldn't quite get. It's just dip in time, unfortunately. And it will remain 1-1. Although Milan now have a corner. Whipping it in. Costa comes out. And he actually puts it out to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish somehow keeps possession there. And we start a very, very low on numbers counter-attack. Right, Grealish to Christiansen now. Christiansen back to Jack Grealish. He's got no one with him. He's got a bit of time to think about this. He actually loses the ball in the end. Too much time maybe. Christiansen now with the ball, whipping it in, looking for the head of Nico Gonzalez. And it is 2-1 on the night, 5-2 in aggregate. We lead at Villa Park again. I say again, we weren't even in the lead in this game, were we? We were 1-0 down. But we lead at Villa Park, and that's the main thing. Good tackle there from Beneka, but unfortunately it runs to Christiansen. Christiansen, lovely cross, gets it to the far post, which is exactly what I've got set up, that we cross to the far post, because Nico, he's a well, it's not even a set piece threat, he is a crossing threat. He can just get his head on it. Oh, Victor Christiansen's picked up an injury. What is it? Thigh injury, that could be a bad one. It might just be a pulled thigh, but that could be a bad one. We'll bring on Juan Miranda, who we know has got a wizard of a left foot, so I've got no issue with having to bring him on. I just would rather not have another injured player. I say another, we're actually not too bad with injuries at the moment. Again, why he's just coming back. Messi's got an injury that's only for 2 weeks and he can play through it with injections if we need him to. I mean, I am going to bring Messi on at some point because otherwise it was pointless giving him an injection. But, I mean, it's just one of those. I'd rather have him as an option than not in a game like this. Right, great. Kamara, over to Ayer. I was going to call him Schlotterbeck then. I mean, Schlotterbeck's first name is Nico, but that's not the right Nico. Why have I got Schlotterbeck on the brain? Right, Gomez into Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish now loses the ball, kind of gets himself twisted up a little bit. And now Milan maybe have a bit of a counter-attack on here. Chukwueze into Calabria. I think I've just got his name completely wrong. Not Calabria's, by the way. Chukwueze has gone and scored because I got his name wrong. It's a lovely goal. It's 2-2 on the night. I'm a little bit disappointed at that from a defensive point of view. Miranda maybe just not quite warmed up. He did have to kind of rush on. I mean, he's there. He's not really getting involved at all. He actually left Jack to do a lot of the defending there. He's not even looking. I mean, he's not even looking, is Juan Miranda. And Joe Gomez is having a very, very poor game at centre-back as well. I mean, as it stands, it's fine. But I would quite like to win this game after the little run that we've had. I've just paused before I highlight, but I'm going to continue on. Jack Grealish is shattered. I'm going to bring on the hero of the Carabao Cup final, Pedro Gonçalves. He's going to come on. I'm also going to bring on Shaka Biol. And we'll see whether he can do something for us as well. Messi will come on as well, but not right now. Right, Kamara to Gray. Gray into Grealish. Oh, super Jack Grealish. Oh, Jack Grealish. Cancel those substitutions. I'm keeping Jack on for a little bit. What a lovely goal that is from Jack. Goodness me. Right, the move starts with Nico on the right-hand side. Brings it into the middle to Kamara. Kamara holds on to it for a minute. Gets it to Gray. Gray's vision to find Jack. And Jack just hits it first time. 6-4 on aggregate. 3-2 on the night. We lead again. And I'm going to rethink my substitutions. I mean, I probably should still take Jack off. But I'll probably not. I don't want to now, if I'm honest with you. Gomez is going to come off, though, for Biol. I think I'm going to bring on... No, I'll bring on Messi. I am going to bring on Messi. I said I was going to. I'm going to bring him on. And then for my fourth trick, do we maybe bring on Christian Eriksen? Do we give Archie Gray a rest? Yeah, then we'll give Archie Gray a rest. Get Eriksen some minutes as well. And I'll leave the final one. It's probably going to be, well, it is going to be Jack off for Pedro. I mean, it is going to be, just because I want to rest Jack. But that is probably going to be it for this game. In terms of the time, I've said it really early. I've just realised how much time we've got left. It's probably not going to be. I mean, we've got a 2-goal advantage, and in-game we've got like 17, 16 minutes left now. The momentum has been all with us, but I've threatened it by saying I think that's it now. But the more minutes that do count down in-game, the more likely that is to be a bit of a prediction. Right, Jack is now going to come off for Pedro. Let's get him on the pitch, get him some more minutes. And let's see whether we can see the game out. I think we can. We've dominated possession. We've dominated... Well, not dominated shots, but we've had more shots. They do have a corner though. Right, they're looking for the far post. And it's actually Pau Torres who heads it out. But it only falls as far as Okafor. Right. And Pedro's first action, as far as we could see, since coming on the pitch, might be to give away a penalty. Pedro, what are you doing, man? Right. Can Diogo Costa save it from Theo Hernandez? He can, you know, and he's held on to it. Theo Hernandez's penalty is saved by Diogo Costa. Would Martinez have saved that penalty? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Emi Martinez would have saved that penalty had we kept him in the team? I don't know, you know, because he saved a couple of penalties, Emi Martinez. I don't know if he'd have saved... He might have done. It wasn't the best penalty, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. And Ollie Watkins has just put the cherry on top. He's putting in the back of the net from a counter-attack. He's made it 4-2. We're going through to the quarter-final of the Champions League. Aaron Ramsey here. Lovely ball over the top to Watkins. Wonderful stuff from what I'm hoping is a future England man. I think this is one of the last games, other than the Sheffield United game before the international break. There's been talk of international call-ups. Maybe he's done that at the right time. We've actually still got a highlight going here. I mean, the game should be over. The game should be over. What are we doing? Diogo Costa now launches it forward. Looking for Pedro. Can't win a header. Give away a penalty, but he can't win a header. Oh, Miranda's been done there. I think there's going to be a goal. No, it's not. It's been put wide. And that has got to be the final chance. There it is. It is full time. We go through. We win both legs. Maybe at times we made it a little bit more hard work than it needed to be, but we had the quality to get through, and that is the main thing. Man City knocking Liverpool out. Victor Gyökeres, formerly of Coventry City, is a Manchester City striker. I used Gyökeres like 2 years ago with Coventry. He was good, but I don't know if he was Man City good. Well, there you go. Sorry, I just jumped out at me there and I had to have a look at it. I mean, Chelsea destroying Dortmund's 5-1 on the night. A scrape through from Barcelona against Feyenoord. So maybe Feyenoord are really good, or maybe Barcelona are really struggling. I don't know. But that gets us through to the next round of 16, as we knew. Christiansen is out for 4 to 5 weeks. That is not ideal. That is really far from ideal. I mean, we put him on the physio. There's no benefit of doing that whatsoever. We just do that. Messi's injury, he could be injected. We could leave him for 2 weeks. I think we leave him. We don't need him for Sheffield United. But Diogo Costa, I tell you what a game he had. And now we need to have a think about left back, because that is not an ideal injury. We obviously have Miranda, who will start instead. Joe Gomez can play there too. Now, if we open up the parameters to these guys, I don't know how good they are, but we have got a couple of youngsters who can play as left backs. I mean, the one I was thinking of was Kante, but Kante is only 1-star ability. Now, Far is better than that, but not by much. He'll be a League 2 player, so I feel like we just go with what we've got and hope for the best. That's all we can do, because none of the others are actually, in the nicest way, good enough to do a job. It's not ideal to have that as an injury, but Miranda is good enough to get by, so we should be fine. Right, give me 5 days. We'll play Sheffield United, and we'll see whether we can continue a good run. Well, start another good run of form with the not so good run of form that we've just been on. I say that, if you count the final and you don't count the game we just played, we'd won 2 in 5. Now, it still doesn't sound great, does it, really, if we're saying it like that? I'll be back in a minute. Well, hopefully we'll destroy Sheffield United, and then we can move on to the next episode. Fingers crossed we can do that. Back for the game against 17th place Sheffield United, who actually do have a new manager, Eddie Howe, so that could affect things in terms of what the type of Sheffield United team we come up against is going to be. But this is the 11 we're going to be using. It is Costa in goal, White, Biol, Pecho and Miranda in defence, Louise and Gray in the midfield, with Gonzalez, Vieira and Goncalves supporting Watkins up front. Elia Wahi is fit again. He hasn't played first team football for us really. I can't remember. It's been a couple of days since I played the first episode of this video, so I can't remember whether he actually got any minutes in the last game, but he has played some under-21s. He has looked pretty good in the under-21s. He's on the bench today. He'll hopefully get some minutes. It's just a bit too soon for Messi to come back. He's actually more or less fit, but I don't want to risk him. So let's get into the game. And fingers crossed we get a result. I have rotated a little bit. Again, Biol is starting. Vieira is starting. Gonçalves is starting. All of these are things that hopefully don't come back and bite us. I mean, we've still got a healthy lead in the Premier League, but I don't really want to have to rely on having to fall back on previous victories. I mean, look at the form they've had. Goodness me, but as I said before, Eddie Howe, the new manager. So, away from home, it's going to be interesting to see how we do. We have been very good away from home all season. However, there is not a first time for everything, but it doesn't necessarily mean because we've been good all season that we're going to be good today. I mean, I don't know about you, I'm really struggling to see the ball on the pitch, but that was very nearly a goal for Sheffield United, and we need to be very, very careful about things like that. However, we have a free kick. Huzzah! Ben White has scored. Huzzah! It's new signings for the season combining Pedro to Ben White. It is being checked for an offside. The flag is not up, but that has not always helped us out. But it has on this occasion. Fantastic. Big cross to Ben White, completely unmarked on the back post. Former Villa player Galini in goal. I wanted to see what the potential offside was. We'll never know now. But it is lovely to see Ben White get only his second goal for the club. I mean, he is a right back. I mean, he's a token centre back. He more or less plays a centre back. I mean, look at him here. He's basically he's doing the inverted fullback role to perfection. And I mean, I barely saw the ball there. I don't know if it's something on my computer. I don't know if you can see the ball. I am really struggling to see the ball on this pitch. I mean, it's right there, attached to Miranda's foot. I don't know if there's a way to change the colour of the ball, but that's really, really difficult to see because it's basically the same colour as the grass. I don't know if there's something I can do about that. If there is, I'll look into it after this video, but it's not looking the best at the moment. I'm kind of having to trust the player animation. So if that's what it looks like on the video, I do apologise for that. I've had it a couple of times, to be honest with you. Not as noticeable on videos, but it's been noticeable when I've been playing in between a bit. Right, Pedro now, out to Miranda. Miranda to Pedro Gonçalves, whose surname is still giving me trouble. I should really just Google it. And Watkins very, very close to making it 3 there, but he does head just over. Good start from us. We have dominated. I'd like another goal just to make us a bit more comfortable. 2-0. We've talked about it before, and it's a thing in real life. It's the danger zone. It's where you get comfortable. I've just realised I've got 2 lots of latest event updates. It's the danger zone where you get comfortable. It feels a lot more secure and safe than it actually is. So I would like us to work a little bit harder to get another goal, if I'm honest with you. Whether we can get one before half-time, I don't know. It's probably unlikely. I think we've settled into 2-0, to be honest with you. And I don't even think, at the moment, it's not even look like we're getting another highlight for this half. And indeed, oh no, it calls me a liar. Right, well, here we are. And we actually end up stealing possession immediately off of Sheffield United. Right, Fabio Vieira. Vieira now, looking for options, goes back to Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz manages to get it off his man, went for the shot, and it ends up going wide. I think, I'm not 100% sure. I've got to Google and see if there's a way to change the football thing. Bear with me one moment. Okay, I've tried to change the colour of the match ball in preferences. Let's see whether it works. Right, back to the matter at hand of trying to win a football game. Right, Miranda, we're just going to tell him he needs to calm down and not get sent off. We're going to tell Fabio Vieira and Ollie Watkins they need to step up their game. I'll leave Douglas Luiz and Pacho on their own, and we'll just go with that. And we'll just try and maintain what we've got. Right, let's get a highlight and see what colour the ball is. It should be yellow. It should be yellow. It's not going to be yellow, is it? It's going to be like greeny grey again, isn't it? Apparently it is something to do with the skin, but I've also seen that apparently because I've now changed it, it might be okay. I've also reloaded the skin. Probably should have done that mid-match, but I did. What are you going to do? Right, it's not done it. Right, that might just be because we're mid-match, but some games it is more noticeable than others. Like, some games it's absolutely fine. This one, it is a real struggle. So it might just be to do with the fact that I'm using a skin. If it is, well, it is what it is. I mean, I can see it there, just about. So when we go into the dark green section of grass, maybe it's the pitches. Maybe that's what's causing the issue, is the way that the grass is on certain pitches. Does the grass change on pitches? I need to pay more attention to Football Manager. I mean, I'm not paying any attention to this game at the moment. However, we did nearly score, and that is the sign that Ollie Watkins needs to come off the pitch, because he's had that on a plate there and he's not done anything. Right, Elia Wahi is coming on to get some game time, as is Christian Eriksen. Archie Gray's had another good game, but we're going to take him off, give him a bit of a break. I'm also going to take Pecho off for Pau Torres, and I think I'll take one of the guys on the yellow card off. Douglas Luiz feels like the one, and we'll bring on Boubacar Kamara for a bit of game time. That's 4 changes, and then we've got 1 left in the back pocket. Right, go out there and see the game out, boys. Ideally, I'll be honest with you, I'd like you to get another goal. If that's all right. I don't know. I might be asking a bit too much there. Maybe. But I mean, if it finishes 2-0, I'll be really happy. I'd like another goal, though. I know I'm fussy. I know I'm picky. I'd really like another goal. Right. Pedro gets it to Miranda. Back to Eriksen now. To Kamara, the new midfield partnership. Kamara cuts inside. He's going to go for it. He didn't end up going for it, actually. It's an assist from him, and Nicolas Gonzalez puts it in the back of the net. The assistant was messing with his flag. I don't think he raised it. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So, will Nico have a goal taken off of him? No, he won't. It is 3-0. I get the 3rd goal. Lovely stuff. Eriksen and Kamara getting involved here. So let's see what Kamara does. Does he actually go for the shot? No, he doesn't. I actually thought he'd gone and wellied it, but he didn't. He actually just went for a simple little pass to Nico. And Nico goes and makes it 3. It's his 2nd of the game, Nico. He is having a great season for us. He really is. Right. It is substitute o'clock. I'm looking at those yellow cards. I'm also looking at Nico being tired. However, he's on a hat-trick. I'm not an absolute monster, so I'm not going to take him off. I'm going to take off maybe Miranda, and we'll bring Joe Gomez on just to cover there for the last part of the game. I feel like that is the responsible thing to do. Right, so see the game out. I'm not entirely sure Joe Gomez is very good as a complete wing-back, but it's first time for everything. I say first time, it's probably not the first time he's ever played there, but I'm sure he'll be able to see the game out for us. We're 3-0 up. I'd really like a clean... I've nearly said the word clean sheet. And we've immediately lost possession. Because apparently Varane is on the ball. That can't be Raphael Varane. Not playing for Sheffield United. Surely not. Surely not. What would finish this game off beautifully for me, as well as a clean sheet, would be an Elia Wahi goal to signal his return from injury. However, it does look like we've switched off here. We're going to let them get a goal. It's because I mentioned the word clean sheet. I was convinced that was going to end up in the back of the net there. It did not. And I am grateful for it. And it looks like we are going to get our wish. We are clean sheet, happy days. I'll take that all day long. I will take that all day long. I'd like another goal. I'd rather the clean sheet than the 4th goal. So I'm really happy with that. That's great. Keeps us top of the table. Currently 9 points clear. We do, however, have a game in hand. Delightful. Brighton, by the way, in the FA Cup, knocking Manchester City out of the FA Cup. That is madness. Former Villa player in this universe, Pablo Fornals, getting the 1st goal. Well, utter seed. Manchester City knock us out? Was that Liverpool? I feel like that might have been Liverpool. It was Liverpool who knocked us out. Okay. Speaking of which, they're next. So, we will be back in the next video. Goodness me. We will be back for this game here. And then we'll see. We'll do what we usually do. Come back for the quarterfinal of the Champions League. If we win that game, we'll come back for the quarterfinal of the second leg of the semi-final. Quarterfinal of the semi-final. We'll come back for the second leg of the semi-final if we win in the quarterfinal. If not, we'll come back for one of the games around that. Probably, it'll have to be Nottingham Forest because I can't see the future. I can't play Newcastle. I'm not going to record Newcastle in the kind of thinking that we're going to lose the game. So we'll see what happens, and then obviously that will depend on the results of that, what happens going forward from that. But we're in the end game of the season now. We're getting very close to it, and it looks like it's going to be another successful one. Remember, we've already won 1 trophy. In fact, no, we've won 2 trophies because we won the UEFA Super Cup, not to be confused with the European Super Cup, which I made up. And we also won the Carabao Cup, the second most important trophy in world football after the Community Shield. So all is going well, and we'll see you for the next round of the Champions League in the quarterfinal. And fingers crossed, we can win it back to back. Thank you very much. That was a terrible click. Let me try that again. Much better. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free to do so, and you will make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.